Hello and welcome, Treasure Hunters Detectorist. It's that time of the week where we have our special guest. And our special guest this evening is a Flemming Jensen from Denmark. He's connected with Danish and Swedish metal detecting groups. So we're going to have a chat to him to see what's going over there. Hopefully, he'll be able to show us some artifacts, maybe, and give us an insight of what that type of world over in that area. Fine. So let's bring him on and welcome Flemming. Here we come. Aha! Welcome all the way from Denmark. Brilliant. Nice to see you. Great. Now then, how long have you been detecting, Flemming?
Oh, I've been detecting for since 2018,
Okay.
17, 18.
Yeah. A short period. What made you get into detecting? What made you decide?
It's something I always, how to say it, I was interested in already from the school, but with,
The history and that.
yeah, all the
Yeah.
history and that, and especially the Second World War and stuff
Oh
like
yeah.
that.
Oh, there's a lot over there, isn't there? A
And
lot.
then my friend, my friend started talking about it, and he wanted to start. So then I bought a
Oh,
detector.
what did you buy? What was your first machine?
My first machine I bought in an auction. It was a Chinese machine. I had it for 2 weeks. Then I bought another one.
And what was the second one then?
It was actually an Ox. It should have been a Garrett, but he didn't have the Garrett. So
Right.
he pushed me to buy an Ox. I never regret it.
Yeah. Okay. What do you have now?
I still have my Ox, and I will change it to a DS2 now.
Okay. Okay. Yeah. Well, that's obviously the DS2 is the new machines that have come out, and
Yeah,
it's a good all round detector, which really should have that to begin with. But yeah, that's a nice piece of kit. I've yet to try it all out, but hopefully I'll
yeah.
try it out. But if you get that, have you ordered it then, or you going to get it later on in the year?
I will get it here around. It's soon my birthday and stuff like that. So I wait for
Oh,
that.
yeah. Well, I'm just trying out the Tasachi at the moment now, which
Yeah,
is um, uh, a Bulgarian guy who lives in the United States, set up his own company. So I'm
yeah.
just actually trying that one, and that's quite an impressive piece of machine. And I want to get round to the juice to try that out at some stage or other. I should imagine I'll get my hands on one at a later stage. Now, what kind of history then would you say you get over in that area? I know you said World War Two, and
Yeah, we have
um,
not so much. We actually have one of our landlords has a airplane from the Second World War who was shut down there. So we
that's
still have
interesting, isn't it?
the wing in the area, and we can
Oh,
see it sometimes in the summertime.
right,
Uh,
yeah.
uh, but I like more like an Iron Cross or something like that.
Oh, yeah, don't we all?
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
And what have you found then in the Second World War?
Not so much. We don't have so much history around here. We were in a big dig out in Aalborg
Uh
with
huh.
the club I'm in Denmark, and
Okay.
we found some pieces, but we didn't find any, how to say it, good
That
ones.
well, yeah. Some sort of different artifacts. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah. Oh, okay. That. Yeah. Now, can you just mention the name of the groups that you're connected to? Because I have a bit of a problem trying to pronounce it.
it's called Nordisk Detectorforening in Denmark, and because we are in the north, so it's like the North Jutland Detector
Oh,
Association.
Jutland. Yeah. Okay. And what's
Uh,
the other one in the Sweden then? One that
it's
you.
the Swedish Metallsökarförening, metal
Okay.
detecting uh, club, and yeah, especially
Okay.
with archaeology.
Are they connected with the archaeology then over there? Are they?
Yeah,
Yeah. So one day find something quite old, it goes over to. So yeah, that's a question then.
uh,
So in Denmark, what is the law when you find an old thing or artifacts or anything like that? What do you have to do? Is it something you can keep it, or it's a certain age that you keep it, or how does it work over there?
yeah. We can take coin as an example. I think it's before 1537. Then we have
That's
to leave
good.
it to the yeah to the
Well, that's
museum,
okay.
and then it
Yeah,
goes into the National Museum, and then they
uh-huh, uh-huh.
decide if
Yeah,
you get
if
something
it's
for.
older, then do you have to give it to them, or do they pay
Yeah,
you some money, or you have to give it to them?
yeah, yeah. You give it to them, but you get some payoff at 3 to 5 years or something.
Yeah, and do you know what the payout is then in percentage, or?
It's so different between 2 to 400 kronos
Oh, I see.
Danish.
Danish kronas, yeah, because
Yeah,
you're still in kronas over
yeah,
in Denmark.
yeah. We don't have a euro or pound or anything.
Yeah. Do you know, I found a lot of your currency when I go abroad detecting the water in Europe. Well,
Yeah,
in Spain and the Relic
yeah,
Islands, I find a lot of those kronas in the water. I've brought them all back with me. All the different levels of big, and some of them are quite big coins, aren't they? Right, really big
yeah.
coins. Yeah, and you still got them. Yeah. Okay. What other history then do you have over there? I mean, what kind of history? What's where you are? What history is there?
Yeah, but it's from a lot from the Roman times.
Oh, nice,
Yeah,
nice. And have you
and
found any Roman?
yeah, we found a little bit, but
Not a
not so much.
lot.
No.
No. So what's more common then for this? Is it medieval period then, 15th
Yeah,
century?
Viking times
Oh, of
and up
course,
after.
yes,
Yeah,
of course, Vikings and
yeah,
yeah. Oh, that's brilliant. And have you got anything to show us in artifacts?
yeah. We can have we have like this little Viking pearl my friend got here
Ooh,
3 weeks ago.
right.
And I probably have to mention his name, otherwise he gets mad. Michael.
Oh yeah, tell him. Yeah, it's no problem. It's no problem. Oh, nice. Just get in front of the camera. Oh yeah. Yeah, in front of your camera because that's it. Yeah, a bit. You make sure it's in the middle. Yeah,
Yeah,
lovely. So that's a Viking pearl. Viking.
yeah,
Yeah, that's what it is it?
yeah. It's a pearl, and that's not with detector. He found it with his eyes.
Yeah, eyes only. But of course, yes. What else have you got there then,
And
Flemming?
then I have this piece.
Ooh, crotal bell. Yes, it's quite
Yeah,
fancy. Very fancy. A lot more fancy than the English one. Yeah, crotal bell,
yeah,
which
and it's still
lovely,
working.
isn't it? Yeah, oh, that's great. Well, just for all the people that don't know what a crotal bell is, they probably do.
Yeah,
It's put on animals, isn't it? Is that? Would
yeah.
you say that's for goats then? For goats and sheep?
Goat and cheek, maybe. Yeah, it's not so
Yeah,
big.
because it's too small for a cow, isn't
Yeah,
it? You know, because they
yeah,
have bigger ones, don't they, for the cows? But that's what we call a crotal bell, and I think that's medieval period, isn't it? Around about the
yeah,
15th, 16th century, that type of
yeah.
period, 14th century, and that's made of bronze. Yeah, and have you got anything else?
Yeah,
I'm
we
going to keep you
found
going now.
this. This is what we talked about this before, you and me.
Yeah.
It's from 1829 to 1879, a coin
And
from the Middle East, dirham clip, we
what
call it.
king is it or queen or did you know?
No, because it's from the Middle East.
Oh, Middle East. Oh, of course, from the Middle East. It's a pity it
Yeah,
wasn't cleaned up. Is that silver then? Was that silver?
this is silver.
Right. Okay. And so what's your next one then?
And this is
We can talk
this
about some more later on.
this is
It's okay.
my first ever.
Ooh. Is that Roman then or medieval?
We call it Yamansk.
And what is it here
It's,
then? Is it a picture of a bird or what is it then?
it's a bird. We call it bird fibula.
Okay, fibula. Is it Roman
Fibula.
then or is it Roman?
It's a little
No.
bit
Is it
younger.
medieval? Is it
Yeah,
medieval period? Yeah.
yeah.
Oh, okay. Yeah. All right. Yeah, that's lovely, that isn't it? Have you got any gold to show us?
No.
Well, I mean, you're only fairly new in the hobby, aren't you? I mean,
Yeah.
I've been detecting 33 years, so I can safely say I know a little bit about detecting, and I've gone through a lot of machines. But you're fairly new, but I'm sure that we'll probably have an update when you find something very sort of interesting,
Yeah.
at a later point. And do you know if any of your sort of friends have found anything interesting then in the groups?
Yeah, I mean, the guy I go sometimes with, he's been detecting for 13 years, so he found everything.
He's found all the Roman and medieval and
Yeah.
various other things, yeah. In your period, and do you have any problems for detecting in that area? What do you do? Do you just walk on the land, or do you have to ask the landowner? How does it work over in there then?
We ask the landowner.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, and
And,
if he says yes, then we go there, and if we find anything, and then we have a software we can point it in so the museum can see what we find and where we
right.
found
And
it
is
and
it,
stuff like
do you have to do that, or do you just do that
that.
because you
We
just want
we
to?
we don't have to, but everybody does.
It's courtesy to do that.
Yeah,
Courtesy. It's a
yeah.
good thing just to show what you're finding. And do you
It's
show the farmer and then show because some farmers are not interested in history and some are. But are the majority of farmers quite interested in the history?
yes. If they're not interesting, the wife is very interested. So
Oh right. Oh
so
well,
yeah, but I think all the landlord we have is very interested.
yeah, yeah. Would
Yeah.
you find is your artifacts quite a lot in a small area, or is it do you detect like 8 hours and get a few things? Is it very busy out there, or is it kind of quiet?
Oh, it's so different. But I mean,
Oh, yeah, I
where
suppose
we
where
have
you are.
the best ground at the moment, we found everything almost in like 50 times 50 meters
Right.
or 70.
And have you come across anything sort of important where you have to stop or call the archaeologist or call
Uh,
important people?
Not yet, but we have a ground where we can find so much more than we have to call them. We have talked to them once,
Yeah,
but
yeah, yeah,
they
yeah, yeah,
didn't want
yeah.
to stop us yet. But next time they probably will.
Yeah. I'll just let you know that we have a few people sending us messages, so I'll just
Yeah,
quickly read what they say. I don't know if you've got
uh,
them at your side, but
no,
I've
I
just
can
seen a
say.
lot of some of my frenzies. I've got
Uh,
Malk Foster. Hiya, Malk. You all right? I've got Ron. Hiya, Ron, matey. I've got Martin. Martin, I think that might be your friends. It's
yeah,
yeah, Martin. Is it Martin?
yeah, Martin.
Martin, that's your friend, is it?
Yeah.
And we've got Miami Amp, which is
Uh,
Alan. Hi, Alan. He's won my competition. I do run competitions, and he's won it twice. He's quite lucky, is Alan. And we got Flo White Whippai. I can't pronounce it. That's in the moment. So we've got a few people that's joined us, and they're just saying hello. And if there's any questions, ask us, guys. I'll put it to him. So when do you actually go detecting? Is it once a week or once a fortnight or?
yeah, right now it's not so much because it's raining and windy here, but
Yeah. We've got that.
normally it's when we get to the summertime, I'm out 2 to 3 nights or
Yeah,
a week when you can go after work, and 1 or 2 days, Saturday or Sundays, or
yeah,
always one day where we go for like 6 hours.
yeah. And do you have some friends that have been detecting a long time? Do you go with them then, or
Yeah,
generally?
Martin is one of them.
Martin. Hiya, Martin. You all right? Say hello to him. I hope he speaks English.
Yeah, yes, he
Oh, that's
can.
good. Yeah.
I have a really
Uh,
funny story about him.
Go on then.
We went out detecting. I have a new field, and we were out going there, and we can see this car going back and forth. I only talked to the landowner once on the telephone, and he got his permission. So I never met him. And
Okay.
then this old man, he gets out of the car, and the first time he sees me and Martin, then he says, "Do you have to be so fat to go with metal detector?" And he looked at me and Martin, and we were just laughing.
Yeah. Oh well, it's nice to have a bit of humour.
Yeah,
And
he was very nice.
yeah. So is it quite? Are farmers quite easy then to ask? Generally a lot of them say, yeah, that's okay. Or do you get a lot of people saying no, or what's it like?
No, many are open to it, and
Oh,
I mean the only thing is some we can go whenever we want, and some like us to call before we go,
you've
and
got to call them. Yeah,
yeah.
yeah, yeah,
But
yeah,
it's
yeah.
nothing. We come with a Christmas gift and one gift in the
Yeah,
summertime, also
yes,
to keep
I do.
contact,
Yeah, yes,
and
yes. Christmas
then
gifts.
yeah,
Yeah, you got to show respect and just show that
yeah,
what they're doing is kind to let you on, and at the same time, it builds that connection. They remember your face,
yeah, and I
and they say,
mean,
"Oh, it's Flemming. He's come to give us some presents. Oh, that's nice from you.
yeah,
Yeah, go where you want now. All those fields
yeah,
there. Please yourself." sometimes they can be very, 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 very nice. Some farmers, I mean, all different farmers, you know, some they're not bothered. Yeah, go play, don't go where you want. Don't contact me, just go on. And some, like you just said, they say, oh no, you must ring me, you must contact me every time you're on and let me know it's you. You know, everybody's different. Everybody's different. But as time goes on, and you will experience this, some become really, really good friends. Really good friends. You know, they sometimes they say, "Oh, I'll put the kettle on and we have a cup of tea or a coffee." Oh yeah.
But you get also some good informations.
Yes.
Because they know the history if they've been there for a long time, and they can tell you things that you wouldn't know except they know it.
Do they have footpaths then? Through some of these fields, because in our country we have a lot of these public footpaths leading through fields. And what's it like in Denmark? Do they have footpaths or not at all? Or
not where we are detecting at the moment. We have only one landlord because he's close to the fjord here.
Right. Okay.
But otherwise, it's
Do you have to travel then far?
Yeah, I mean, I have between 500 meters, 1 kilometer to a big farmer, and then I have half an hour to the forest.
Forest? Yeah, detecting in the forest?
No, the forest from me where I live is half an hour.
Oh, I see. Oh, that's fine. Oh, I see. Yeah. All right. So what kind of things that your friends have been finding? Have you got some description of what? And they said they're finding Roman. Is it the Roman coins they're finding? And
Roman coins, and have been a lot of that.
A lot of Roman coins.
A lot, but a few.
A few.
Yeah.
And is it a did you find out if there's any history of Roman, you know, like a village or a fort, or is it kind of any history of? No, just
much
really walking on.
A lot of Viking. I mean, I live 1 kilometer from an old Viking castle.
Yeah, and have you found some Viking stuff then?
Not much. It's always been pieces.
Or pieces of things.
Yeah. And
I
don't like that. I like to find it in the whole.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. Well, I suppose, you know, it takes time detecting. You know, like like we can take 8 hours and find a few things, or we can go there and find one brilliant thing and then nothing all day, or we can find a lot of scrappy things. There's one thing for certain: we find a lot of rubbish, trash. And we must emphasize that we do find a lot of trash, and what we do, those metal detectorists, we take it away. We take it away from the land. We are trash collectors, Flemming, aren't we? Trash collectors.
Yeah, we are that.
We take it away.
Yeah.
So we do a good job. You know, we try to find the history, we try to find coins, we try to find artifacts, but there is a lot of trash. And I don't know do you find bits of lead and bits of brass and what do you do with that? Well, what do you do with that then? Do you put it in a bucket and you wait?
We put everything away, and then we go and leave it.
Right. Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Well, I buy. You know, when I find the lead and find the brass, I put it in a bucket, and when the bucket's full, I take it to the scrap merchant. And
we take most of the, but it's we need more to leave our lead and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. You've got to more detecting. Well, say it depends. You know how many hours you are detecting there. You know.
Yeah.
And how far do you travel? Do you have to really travel really far to get some important history? Or
no, we are in a good area here because we have the big fjord, one of Denmark's largest, and so we have a lot of history here. We have not far from where I live is one of the oldest living place in Denmark.
Oh, I see.
So way
how
back.
How far back does that go then?
Yeah, but we're talking Stone Age.
Oh, that's quite old there then.
Yeah.
And has anybody found any Stone Age stuff then?
No, they have found the pieces.
The pieces, yeah. Yeah. Oh, right. Okay. I tell you, I'd love to find a Viking axe. Would you? It'd be good,
Yeah,
wouldn't it? That'd be so. Or even the Viking sword would be very nice. Thank you. Because I think
yeah,
that's quite rare. I mean, I don't think we're going to find it in. Well, I suppose we could find it in England because they did come over and did a lot of fighting.
yeah,
As you know, a lot of the kings and chieftains came over here to raid England of its
yeah,
treasure,
yeah.
and then they disappeared over. But would you know? Would you know what the word Viking means?
No,
No.
no.
Well, as far as I'm aware, it's a type of people.
Yeah,
A type of people that they were like I think I'm hoping I've got it correct, but it's a type of people who travelled out a bit and then
yeah,
they come back. They travel to get things,
yeah,
because it was because Viking is a certain type of, like saying the Romans, I suppose. It's a Viking, a certain type
yeah.
of people, as far as I'm aware. And I know a lot of our kings in England. Yeah, I don't know if you're aware of this, but a lot of our kings, when they came over to uh, uh, for battles and to fight, our kings and chieftains in this country, down south in particular, some of the kingdoms there, the kings said, look, I'll tell you what, we just give you a load of money and just go away for a while. That's what they used to do.
Yeah,
So they give them a load of silver and go away, and then they didn't see him for a couple of years, and then they used to come back and want some more silver until eventually thought, wait a minute, we're not going to get paid a few bits of silver, we'll take the lot. And that's what a lot of them did. We want it all, and then some of them stopped here and lived
yeah.
in England. So that's how what other sort of area of history do you have there? Then you've got your Roman, you've got your medieval. Did you have
Viking, of course.
Saxon? Your Viking. What about? Did you have any Saxon there? Or Saxon? Or was that probably? They're Germans, aren't they? I think Saxon come from Germany. I don't know if you're aware of that. I think.
Yeah, but there are some finds, but not so. We haven't found many old German stuff.
No,
No.
right? No, no. Was did they in the Second World War? Did the actual Germans come over and occupy then part of
Yeah, they occupied
Denmark?
Denmark and Norway.
Ah.
And
So there must have been some battles there then going on, or when the European troops came in.
yeah, but it has been some battles. It has been some shooting. We find some bullets and stuff like that. And actually, Martin again, we were out digging one day, and we find so many bullets.
Yeah.
And yeah, but we couldn't
Cartridges.
understand
Yeah.
it, and it was a different size and everything, and we were sitting and eating and talking, and then then Martin he put it in onto a Facebook site, and then it came back. It was from a German, no, an English
Gun.
airplane.
Rifle. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
no,
Ah.
a gun from a plane or floor, and we could see that the bullets were lined like in two rows.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
So,
Ah, I see. So it
so
was a shooting in that area, and then you're
yeah,
picking
yeah,
all the bullets up
yeah,
like a machine gun.
uh,
Machine gun.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, and we
Yeah,
found
that's the
like
problem. You see, when
50.
they were shooting the machine guns, I mean,
Yeah,
the cartridges was flying out in thousands and thousands,
yeah,
and you could be all day digging that. I've been on a field down south on an ancient land,
yeah,
and one field, because I was told, oh, there's Roman, there's medieval, and I could not move for bullet cartridges. I was just putting bullet cartridges like this. Oh, I said, what? I want to get away from this area. Just bullet cartridges. I was fed up because they give a really good signal, bullet cartridges.
yeah. They give really good
And so
signal.
I should imagine it's very similar over in your country. So you've still yet to find some coins from German coins. Have you found German coins yet? Then
Yeah, but was not very old, unfortunately.
no, it doesn't have to be old. But I'm
Yeah,
talking about in the Second World War period with the
no, I
eagle.
haven't. No,
No, I
uh,
found one. I found
yeah,
one in this country,
yeah,
which was 1939. So just before the war. I haven't found so many. I have found later marks when I've been abroad, and a bag full of them of coins. Because I found a wide variety of different country of coins when I've been abroad, from all different types of European countries, Italian and French, in the water. Now, do you detect in the water at all? Or have you been detected in the water at all?
No, I don't like water. I don't like the beach to detect.
Oh, you don't do beach detecting?
No, I did it once and I thought it was boring.
No, I think you should try that. Honestly, the beaches, they can produce some real history there, Flemming. Honestly.
Yeah, I know.
I know
But
you have to stick at it. And
yeah,
how big's the search edge you've got then on your machine?
22 centimeters.
Is it? Is that about 9 inches? In English, 9 inch, I think, isn't it?
Yeah,
9
nine,
inches.
9 or
9
10
inches, yeah.
inches.
I think you want a little bit bigger than that. I mean, look at this. Have you seen my machine? I can safely say that's big.
That's big.
Yeah, massive.
Yeah.
15 by 15. And the difference in finding artifacts, you just cannot believe. You find more artifacts. It covers more area on the ground and depth in one movement, which makes it more interesting. Unfortunately, the downside is that you can find crap down the butt too deep and spend a bit of time digging it up. But still, there's some. I mean, I've found coins at 14 inches, which is what's that in centimeters? That's probably something like 30, 34, 36 centimeters deep.
Yeah, but in Denmark, it's like 25 centimeters.
Yeah, 25. Well, that's quite shallow, really.
But if we're going to stick to the rules, it's around 25 centimeters, the deepest.
Oh, you never gone deeper than that? No,
never.
I see.
Never.
No. Okay, so now we know you're connected to Swedish groups. What are they finding over there? Very similar to you? I mean, do they find Viking over there? Do they find Viking? What do they find?
Of course. They found Vikings over there. Like I said, I'm born and raised in Sweden, so
right, okay.
Yeah. So I become a member over there, and
And they find similar type of things that you have in your country?
Very similar, and they only get more Swedish coins, like we get more Danish coins.
Of course.
It's a big difference. But they have so much restriction over there. I only been in Sweden detecting once.
What's the law there then?
Yeah, but you have to apply to a government to go to ground, and that costs you about £90. And maybe you don't get the detecting license.
You don't get the license to go. You've got to wait for it all.
No, then you paid 90 quid, and it's not so funny.
I see. And then you're restricted, aren't you?
And they have more like a lot of restriction. If they find anything, they can close the ground at once.
I've got some questions here from a few friends here. Firstly, Flo Whipeye, I think, says, "What is the most spectacular thing you have found?" He says, and what's the best thing you've found?
I think the best thing is still
that coin you just showed us.
That
foreign coin.
No, this. I like this so much.
Oh yeah, the crotal bell. So there you go.
Because it's
the crotal bell. He likes the crotal bell there.
We've got with Baltic gold.
Oh, right, okay.
Oh, see,
get in front of the camera because I can't see it. Oh yes.
The stone.
Yeah. Oh yeah. We have, we'll have a few people that joined us. We've got Tidy Treasure Hunter, and then we've got Ash Unearthed, IMA, Malk's still with us, Malk Foster's, what's this? How old is that crotal bell? Well, Flo, the crotal bell's probably medieval, probably about 15th century, 15th century, something like that. And it belonged to, they used to put it on animals, small animals. So I'm just they're asking a couple of questions, and I'll just tell them that, So So it's not really good, the law, then, in Sweden, then,
No, that's the big problem in Sweden. It's the
yeah,
law.
and so really, if you think about it like that, there isn't going to be a lot of people wanting to detect in Sweden because it's so difficult.
Yeah,
And do you
and
think a lot of people go detecting on the quiet, without the law knowing? Do you think?
yeah,
Yeah. Do you think
uh,
they just totally ignore the law, and so, but they still go ask the farmer, is it okay, and they just let them on? Is
yeah.
that,
I
yeah,
think I'm
yeah,
I'm not 100% sure, but I
no.
think
It is
it's
difficult, isn't it? I mean, our
yeah,
country, we were the same in our country.
yeah,
You're probably not aware that our law changed only in 1990.
yeah,
1990, the law changed for us that we get paid so much for artifact, and then the law was
hmm,
brought in to help us, which what we have the law now, which is quite good, really. It's very,
yeah,
very good. It's a lot easier and a lot more open, more relaxing in our country is the law,
yeah,
and that's why a lot of people like coming detecting in England,
yeah,
not just for the history, because the law is, in our favour, if you like, because
yeah,
at one time, you probably didn't know that everything before 1990, you had to hand over to the crown, and
yeah,
now the people didn't like that. So it led to people keeping their artifacts and staying quiet,
yeah,
which is, a shame, really, because end of the day, the history comes out, and this is what Sweden should do. The history comes out, and it goes to the museums, and just pay the
yeah,
people so much money, and they will have their museums full of history. I mean, absolutely full of really nice history, sort of, valuable history. If they change the law, in my opinion, that's what
yeah,
that's what they're lacking. But in your country, at least they've got some sort of sense in Denmark that
yeah,
you can, up to a certain age, you can keep it, and then anything important you hand it over, which is good, which
yeah,
is
and you get
good.
paid for it. And
Yes.
once a year they have like this. They call it, because when we get money, they call it Dana fee,
All
because
right.
it's a finder's fee, or can we call
Okay.
it? And once a year they show every finder's fee, every
Oh, I see.
finds you can come over to the museum, and yeah, they show you around.
Oh, that's brilliant. How do they work out the value that they're going to give you? Did you just say, we're going to give you so many krona, that's it? Or how did they work that out?
Oh, I don't know that. That's something the guys in the National Museum
Yeah, I see. Yeah,
run.
they
Yeah,
just, yeah, they
uh,
figured out how much they're going to give you,
yeah.
so, yeah. Oh, well. So when are you going to go back out again then? Well, I suppose you can't. Are you back out again?
Yeah,
Wait for the weather to improve.
yeah, the weather have to improve a lot, because yeah, it's raining and snowing today and windy.
Yeah. Well, you see, for me, it's a good thing in one sense, because, and this is where you got to do beach detecting, because when we have storms, it thrashes the beach up, and it reveals the pebbles and stones where the things lie. Fleming,
Yeah,
I'm telling you now. And that's where you get the machine and you dig, because
yeah,
that's where your stuff is. I don't know what the is. Are your beaches, are they tidal? Does it go out a long way out, or the short
yeah.
tides?
If you are at the East Coast, the West Coast is more deep.
Yeah. So it's a
Yeah,
lot longer, the tides.
yeah,
Yeah. Well, I was really go out. I mean,
yeah. We
I
don't
think
have
quarter
the
of a
same
mile they go
time.
out sometimes. Really,
Yeah,
really far out. But in our country, the tourist industry started in the Victorian times, and the
yeah,
Victorians, oh boy, were they thousands and thousands of them on the beach. They were like penguins, and they were dressed in their fine gold chains and clothes,
yeah,
and walking around. In summer it must have been beautiful, and so they dropped a lot of artifacts
yeah,
right up to the 1950s. Even 1950s, they were still holidaying until they brought in the airplanes where you could fly out, and that was slow but sure. But yeah, so there is still, and our beaches, you see, is deep sand in parts of deep sand. So the machines cannot go down until we have a storm, and it brings it down and brings the troughs. And then you're in those troughs, and it reveals the pebbles and reveals certain areas. And all of a sudden, you just have loads of history coming out. You know, a lot of rubbish as well, I must admit, you know. But you've got to give that a try. You promise you give it a try?
Yeah, I will do that once more.
You'll go there and give it, you've got to be there a while. How far is it to your beach then, nearest beach?
Yeah, I mean, we have the fjord here. It's not like a few kilometers, but to go to the ocean is about 30 minutes, 35 minutes.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Do you know anybody that goes detecting in the water and dives under then?
I know some Swedish guy does that, but not in. I've not heard a lot in our club.
No. Yeah, well, that's, you know, I mean, because you've got to realize that, you know, there's artifacts in rivers. Have you ever done river detecting? River detecting?
No.
That's another one.
No, I thought about doing this. What do you call it? Throw out with a.
Yeah, you need a waterproof machine, though. You need a waterproof
I need a waterproof machine.
Yeah, well, the Deus will do it. I think the Deus 2 is waterproof now.
Yeah, it is.
You know. And it's very light. I don't know what it's like, but I've heard a lot of people. They're just using it on the beach at the moment. They're not doing it in the water.
Yeah.
And you know, because the Deus 1 didn't really. It was quite hard to work in the sand.
Yeah, but I know a friend of mine in Sweden. He's been trying it at the beach, and he says it's really good at the beach.
Yeah, so I've been told that they've made it special. It's waterproof, and it will go in the water as well. So there's a lot, you know, there's a lot to hear about how that goes. I know that the machine that I'm using at the moment, which is this one here, this is the Desache, MD 8000. This is waterproof, carbon fiber. And the technology in this, you know, you need an hour to explain it, but it's fantastic as a technology, you know. And you probably haven't seen my live feed at all, have you? Did you watch one of my live feeds? I took this out in the backfield the other day, and in a field where I've detected such a long time for 3 months. I'll just put this down. Where I've detected for 3 months. And I thought, I'll just try this new machine. And yes, I did it well. And I just found the odd coin, a lot of lead, big pieces of iron, tin, foil, and a gold ring. Look. This is it there, look at that.
That's nice.
It's got an emerald inside. Yeah. It's an engagement ring.
Yeah.
And you know, that machine, it just boom, boom, no problem at all with that. And that one I was a bit excited. If you ever see that clip, that clip on there, I mean, you know, when you're digging, well, you know what it's like. You're digging tin and lead,
foil,
rubbish and foil and the odd copper coin and where we are, and you know, where you are and where we are, it's all mud.
Yeah.
It's just like swamp, and you get all mudded up, coats everywhere, and after a couple of hours, you just think, I want to go home. It's, you know, you think it's so hard work, but then when you find something good, you forget all that. Don't you?
Yeah,
You just forget it.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's only a bit of mud. When you find a nice silver coin, even, it gives you a boost, and then you go off detecting again. You know.
But
you know,
I know
that's
the feeling.
You know, well, you can explain about what's going on. That's a good idea, isn't it? So explain what's going on now. What you? Yeah, about your. Go on.
We had a rally with 10 guys from Norway on the Friday, and there were like 25, 30 guys from Denmark, and 15 people from Sweden. And on the Friday, we did like a brand game that we have Mine Lab, and we had Expedios Orcs in one team, and we had Garrett and knocked down macro. Unfortunately, the Norwegian on the Mine Lab team, they won.
Right, okay.
And then they went, they were going another place to detect. And on the Saturday, it was Sweden against Denmark on the first national team game.
Oh, wow. Hey, this could be an Olympic sport, Flem.
Yeah,
Olympic sport. That's what we're looking. Yeah.
that's
Can
what
you
we're
imagine
aiming
going
for.
on with your metal detectors in the Olympic
Yeah.
in stadium? And now in this corner is John from UK.
Yeah.
That'd be
And,
funny, won't it? Eh? Yeah.
yeah, we have a
And
trophy now. We have a trophy
do
now.
you have trophies?
Yeah. So Sweden have the
Oh,
trophy, and
well, yeah.
I was on the Swedish team, and two of my friends were
Yeah.
also on the Swedish team, so we were happy.
Yeah.
And
It's good. It's good fun having people around you detect sharing the same hobby, though. It makes
yeah,
it more
it
fun,
was.
doesn't it?
Yeah, it
Makes
was
it
so
more fun.
fun,
Yeah.
and then next year we have the game in Sweden, as it looked like.
Oh, so you got another one coming up there.
Yeah,
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 we
yeah,
call yeah. Well, we call them rallies here.
yeah,
Rallies, metal
yeah,
detecting rallies.
yeah. It was a
Not
big
games,
rally.
rallies. But we don't have competition from each other, from different teams. We just, we have in England. I don't know if you've ever been to England, but some of them have like thousands of people that come. Can you imagine
Yeah,
1,000 people on the field?
yeah,
2,000. Whoa.
yeah,
But these fields are massive, though, Flem. I mean, they're
yeah,
huge. And this trip, I've been to quite a few down south, and they're massive. I mean, you wouldn't believe like this. 2 or 3. I went on to 2019 Detectorville, and I think
yeah,
over 2,600 people attended, and there
yeah,
was people from France, from Belgium, from Italy. And the tents and cars parked up, and it was a massive event, massive. It was a lovely day, and a lot of things were found, and interesting historical things that were found there. And I like meeting people, and I enjoy it because it's good
yeah.
fun and interesting,
Yeah, you also get connection in other
And you get
countries. Yeah,
connections as well, and that's what
yeah,
you probably connect with other people and other groups. How many
yeah.
groups is there then in Denmark?
I think it's like 20 or
Oh,
something clubs in different areas in Denmark, and
yeah. Well,
like in our club, we arranged 4 or 5 rallies a year for our members,
uh-huh.
only for our members. Then,
Yeah. I say, yeah,
and then we
yeah.
did this with the Swedish club, and the Norwegian club came over
Yeah.
too.
Okay. Well, you'll have to do me. You do me a favor. You'll have to get me the link to your groups, and I'll have
Yeah,
to add you to my groups,
yeah,
and tell your Swedish groups to link to mine, and we'll link to each other. And I think that'd be great. That'd be great fun,
yeah,
And because we get to know what's going on and what everybody's doing, and if there's anything progressing in the law, I don't know. See, it's difficult if there's only a few people doing the detecting. It's not so powerful to make a statement to say, hey, we want to get paid, we want these laws changing. You have to have a lot of people to change the law, and it's quite a difficult thing, I think. But we were quite lucky.
it's also being connected to the right people.
Connected to the right people, yes, and getting people on your side
Yeah,
in the government,
yeah,
understanding the situation. Well, our country, we had an organisation called the National Council for Metal Detecting that
yeah,
represented us, and they had a massive organisation, and it was them that helped us get the law in place for our benefit and the government's benefit, because it works both ways, it works both ways. So
yeah.
the government benefits and the detectorist benefits, because we spend a lot of money on metal detectors. We spend a lot of time going out finding artifacts, and
I think it's the treasure is for the people. It should be in a
yes,
museum and not
well,
being
that's
sold on
good,
the black
because yeah,
market.
well, but at least if you're going to give it to the museums, you're going to get paid something for finding it,
Yeah,
which gives encouragement in our country. Gives encouragement to people to say, "Hey, I can declare this is no problem. Declare that no problem."
yeah,
And everything's sort of everybody's happy. It's the ones that don't stick by the law that are not very nice. That they shouldn't do
yeah,
that, because unfortunately these people who don't stick by the law, you know, they taint people who do the right thing. You know, they discriminate people. They say, "Oh, detectorists, this and that," and they're not. It's just a minority of people who do what we call things that they shouldn't do. Well, so
Yeah.
far that's been interesting and educating a little bit at what you're doing in your part of the world. I think what we'll do, we'll stop it now, and later on during the year we can have maybe an update, or maybe some
Yeah.
beach detecting, Flem, or
Yeah, I
maybe some
promise
river
that.
detecting, Flem. Now, come
I
on now,
I take
okay?
Martin. I take Martin with me.
Yeah, you take Martin with you, and make sure you get yourself a water detector, and you need a scoop as well. You know, you need a special scoop.
Yeah, I
You
know
know,
them.
you can do just
Yeah.
shovels are no good, especially for the beach. For the beach,
Yeah.
you know. So you have to sort yourself out. Well, it's been great talking to you. I'm going to now close our interview, and we will
Mhm.
see you another time, mate.
Yeah.
Okay. Take
Thank
care.
you.
Nice meeting
Thank
you.
you.
See you later,
Thank
Flem.
you. See
Cheers.
you. Bye.
Bye.